Hi, it's Dolores, and today's topic is the AVL's Compu-Dobby box. Not sure what a Compu-Dobby is, how it works, or what it can do to help you weave better? Well, that's what I'm going to get into today. I'm going to take the Compu-Dobby box apart and show you exactly what happens inside the box and also on the loom. I've made a few videos about the AVL loom, so if you haven't seen them, then make sure to check out the playlist, and I'll put it in a card above or in the link below. We'll start off with a little bit of history about the Compu-Dobby, and then we'll proceed to see exactly how it works. Later in this video, I'm going to take apart the fan unit and clean the filter that's inside. What is a Compu-Dobby? It's short for Computer Dobby. Well, what's a Dobby? A draw boy used to sit on top of the loom and select the shafts the weaver wanted. Draw boy became Dobby. Dobby looms first appeared around 1843, roughly 40 years after Joseph Marie Jacquard invented the Jacquard device that can be mounted atop a loom to lift the individual heddles and warp threads. This is considered to be the first computer. First, there was a mechanical Dobby. It uses cards with holes or boards with pins in it to control the shafts. In 1982, AVL developed its first Compu-Dobby. This replaced the boards and pins and allowed the computer to control the selection of shafts. How does a Compu-Dobby make weaving better? The weaver no longer needs to concentrate on the sequence of treadling the loom. No more losing your place and treadling errors. This allows you to concentrate on throwing the shuttle, the salvage, and the quality of the cloth. You can also switch between drafts with the same threading with the click of a mouse. This makes weaving faster and errorless. This is the Compu-Dobby box on my AVL loom. It's a 4.5 Compu-Dobby, and it's mounted near the top on the right-hand side when you're sitting at the front of the loom. First thing you see here is a little window and the cords that are going down inside the box. There are two knobs on the side of the box. There's two on the other side, and that's what holds the Compu-Dobby solenoid box to the front of the Compu-Dobby. And there is your on and off switch. Also, there's a small pin here. When I go to take this box off the loom, it is fairly heavy. So as you unscrew the knobs, it rests on those pins until you're ready to lift it off the loom. So let's go around to the side of the box. And there's some information here about AVL Company and the box itself. This side of the box, this is the computer plug, and at the bottom is your electric plug. I'm going to take this box off the loom, and let's take a look inside and see what's in there. I'm ready to take the Compu-Dobby box off of the loom. First, I'm going to unplug the computer and the electricity. The next thing I'm going to do is just loosen these knobs. I don't want this box falling off the loom, so I'm just going to loosen them a little bit. I would suggest that you have a table or something to put it on as soon as you take it off the loom. It is pretty heavy, and as you can see, it's above my head. So I'll just take out these two lower ones first. There is this peg here that the box is resting on right now, but you don't want it to swing forward. So two are off. I'm going to take the one off the other side. And then the final one, I'm going to hold the box as I do this. There's a sofa right behind me, so I'm going to take this off and set it on the sofa. It's surprisingly heavier than you would think, and it's top heavy. So there is the solenoid box of the Compu-Dobby. That's what I took off of the Loom. And now we'll look at the box with all the cables in it. I have a 24 shaft Loom, so there's 24 cables in here. Each one is connected to the shaft. The cable comes up over these rollers, and one of the ends of the cable goes down to the right side of the shaft. The other one goes across more pulleys and to the left side of the shaft. As we come down, there's another bar here, and this is what lifts the shafts. There are small holes here where the cables are just held in place. If you can see, the balls are at different lengths along the cables here. There is a small pulley up here. There's a connection. When you have this box open, make sure that this piece is tight. This cable comes down and out of the box, and it goes to one of the treadles underneath the Loom. There's a hook here with a cable on it, and this cable goes down to the other treadle. When you push the right treadle, it lifts the shafts. When you push the left treadle, it tells the computer what to do. So as we come down this cable, it comes out of the box, and it's hooked to a turnbuckle. Again, you want to make sure that this piece is tight. It can work its way out as the vibrations of the Loom cause it to move, and that can fall off. And then this cable goes down to the right treadle. This bracket is what lifts or leaves down the shafts. When the computer tells the solenoids which shafts to lift, it will push against these cords, which causes this little ball to move backwards. When the balls are moved back, then those shafts stay down, and the other ones that are still hooked here will be lifted. When you treadle on it, this goes down, and the shafts that were selected are lifted. When you treadle on the other treadle, this piece goes up in the air, and it has to come up and clear this last ball. Otherwise, you end up with a few shafts that are not lifting properly. So if you're having a problem with that, make sure that you're weaving slow enough that these balls are engaged, and that you're pressing the left treadle all the way to the floor. And that's how this part of the Compu-Dobby works. Now we'll take the Compu-Dobby solenoid box and take a look what's inside there. This part of the Compu-Dobby system is called the Compu-Dobby solenoid box. And that's because these little things here are your solenoids. It's important that your solenoids are all pointed the same direction. The concave tips should all be running vertically, up and down. See how these are a little bit turned? If you ever have a problem with a particular shaft not lifting, it could be the solenoid here is bad. So they are replaceable. You can order them right through AVL Company, and they will tell you exactly how to put them on. Also inside this box is a fan unit, actually 2 fan units. This fan unit has a filter in it, and occasionally I'll pull this box off the Loom and gently vacuum it to keep all the dust from the yarns that are collecting on it. This other fan, I just wipe the main unit of it. You want to check these little holes here on the side, make sure they're not accumulating any of the yarn dust as well. I've decided to take this one apart today and wash the filter that's inside. Usually I just use a vacuum and lightly vacuum it to keep the dust and fiber particles from accumulating on it. So to take it apart, you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver and a pair of pliers. I've already loosened these screws, but underneath is a nut, and it has a bushing in it so that as you're weaving, the vibration doesn't back this nut out and loosen the screws. What you need to do to take it off is to hold the nut still with the pliers and the screw with the screwdriver. Once that's loose, this plastic frame with the filter in it will come right off. Just so that I don't lose anything, I'm going to put these into a small container here with the nuts. So here is the filtration unit. It's got two plastic pieces, the back piece, the front piece, and the filter. And I'm just going to run some water over the filter to just clean out any debris that's in it. You want to make sure that it is completely dry before you put this back together and put it on your loom. I have pulled the fan unit from underneath the frame, and I'm going to clean it. All I do is use cleaning wipes from my eyeglasses. You want to wipe the blades of the fan and around the inside here. You'll be surprised how much dirt has accumulated. Because there are no instructions about how to do this. And I've just realized that maybe the easier way would have been to take these two screws off first so the whole fan unit would come off. But we're going to just proceed the way I have it right now. So my fan is clean. I've washed the filter and it's been sitting here to dry. So now I'm ready to put it all back together. I put my screw into the frame unit here through the hole, and I'm going to gently pull up the fan right into where the screw is sitting. Make sure everything is sandwiched together here well. And there is your nut with the bushing on it. I'm going to hold that up underneath here onto the screw itself, and using my screwdriver, we'll just get it started. I'll do that on all four of the screws to just get them started. Now they're still loose because the bushing is starting to cause some friction against it. I'm going to hold it with my pliers so I can tighten up the screw against the nut. I'm going to start up my CD unit and let you hear what it does when you first start it. When you turn the Compu-Dobby box on, it goes through a self-test, and each of the solenoids fire. What you should do is listen. In my case, I have 24 shafts, so I should hear 24 clicks to make sure that each of the solenoids is firing. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you learned a little bit more about a Compu-Dobby. If you enjoyed the video, then give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. While you're there, touch that bell so you get informed every time a new video comes out. I'll be making one more video in this series, and that will be about how I decided on this loom, the process of ordering it and getting it shipped. I hope you join me next time. Until then, bye. Thank you for watching this video, and here are a couple more that you might like to watch. See you next time.